A lot of people think that living in the UK means you've made it, but that's not the full story. I was born and raised in London, and I decided to relocate from the UK to Kenya 3 years ago because I felt stuck. I felt like the system wasn't built for me to thrive. No matter how hard I worked, the results wasn't showing the efforts that I made. And I had to make that decision to leave for my mental health, for my well being. And also, staying would mean that it would stunt my growth and I wouldn't reach my full potential. And I know so many diasporans that feel exactly the same way. The UK isn't all what it's cracked out to be. Don't believe the hype. Yes, there are some amazing parts. And yes, I did have some good times living in the UK, but that's not the full story. The media doesn't show you the full truth. The streets are certainly not paved with gold. It was a hard decision for me to leave the UK. I had to leave behind a skincare and wellness business. I've got a family that I absolutely love. My family is huge. There's enough of us. Vivacious Ghanaian family. We have barbecues and parties and get any excuse to get together, we will get together. And, I've got a grown son. He's 30, he's married, and I miss them dearly. But I had to make that difficult decision for my well being, for my potential, for my growth to leave the UK. It wasn't easy, but it was important that I made that decision. And I absolutely love that I made the decision. I have no regrets. And in fact, I wished I did it sooner. If you're new to the channel, hello, hi, and welcome to those who've come back again. My name is Afriye, and I help diasporans just like you relocate from the UK. Diasporans who feel stuck, who want to relocate, but they don't know how, they don't have a plan, they don't know where to begin. I help them because one of the biggest problems when it comes to relocating isn't the motivation, isn't the effort. It's people don't know where to start. Just as simple as that. People don't have the income with all the best will in the world. Relocation is not cheap. Okay, definitely watch my previous video where I calculate and give you a budget and help you to, put down the cost of how much it's going to actually cost to relocate. Okay, it's not cheap. So I help you to build an online income so you can have the funds to be able to relocate or to travel the world, live a digital nomad life. And also to give you that encouragement and that boost because relocation is scary. It's a big decision, right? It's life changing. And so I built a community of diasporans just like you who felt stuck, who felt like they needed to relocate. And I've got that community for them. And I help them to be able to do just that. So if sounds like something that you need, definitely join us. I look forward to welcoming you. The link is below in the description for the link. Join us and yeah, I look forward to helping you to relocate. All right, let's get into the video. One of the main reasons why I decided to relocate was for my mental health. Oh my goodness. Where do I even start with this? Every day felt like Groundhog Day. I would wake up, draw my curtains, look at concrete buildings, grey skies, get ready, run because I'm running for the train or the bus, right? Toast in my mouth, running for that commute. Get on the train, which probably about 2 or 3 will go past because they're all packed. Manage to get on and push past people because everybody congregates by the door of the train, right? So you get on the train and you are literally like this, sardines, body to body, skin to skin, because it's just packed on the train. And I need to know why at 7 a.m. in the morning, people still smell. People smell at 7 a.m. in the morning. I don't understand. It's in the morning. You can't bath your skin. So you will wake up and you're smelling all these different aromas around you and you're just confused. And then those who do bother to shower, their hair's still wet. And I'm like this and they are flicking their hair, right? So the stress alone, when you leave the train or the bus and now you're walking into the office, the first person that you see is that feisty colleague that doesn't like you, but they're pretending that they like you. They want your job. That colleague that are giving you microaggressions, and you're walking past it like, morning, a free A, and you have to, listen, I'm somebody that is a blatant person, but I can't do that. I can't do that. You have to be giving it the whole hi. And at the water cooler, when you're going for a water break, you got to listen to Sally tell you about what happened to their cat at the weekend. I don't really want to know what happened to your cat. Okay. I've got other things on my mind right now. And you got to sit down and listen to that. And by the time you finished work, you are exhausted. And then you got to do that commute again back home. You leave work, it's pitch black. You wake up in the morning, it's pitch black. You leave work, it's pitch black. By the time you get home, eat your food, you are exhausted. You're tired. You can't string 2 sentences together. And then the next day, it starts again. Your weekend is for recovery. And then Monday comes again. That is not life. That is not life. And that was taking a toll on my mental health. I needed to live. I wanted to thrive and not to survive. I just was in survival mode. Everything is bills, bills, bills. Everything is just the same, groundhog. There wasn't a sense of community unless I would meet up with my family. I was quite blessed. I've got a really fun-loving, huge family. But outside of that, it just felt like the same old, same old, same old. And also the stress. Chai! Stress in the UK. Hey, listen, I'm in Africa. The sunshine alone. I wondered why there wasn't a lot of therapists in Africa. Because the sunshine is your therapist. That vitamin D alone, walking by the ocean, that's your therapy, right? So the stress alone was taking its toll on me. And I said, no, something needs to give. I cannot continue like this. I need to have a plan to be able to leave. And I put down all the things that I wanted out of life. I put down what would it mean for me to have the quality of life, for me to be thriving and not just living. I had to list those things down. I put a vision board, and every day I would look at that vision board to just give me hope, to give me the encouragement. There wasn't no communities back then. When I planned to relocate 5 years, right, ago. It took me 5 years. Right now, it's a lot quicker now, but we'll get into that. Okay. And when I was planning to relocate, I didn't know of any community that could encourage you. So I had to encourage myself. And the way that I did that was I put my plan in place. I listed down what I needed in order for me to thrive. And I pursued that because mental health, stress, one thing about stress that I will tell you is that it never shows up when you are stressed. You'll be operating on adrenaline. You don't even know that you're stressed. You just go, 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 go. And then one day you're in the supermarket and then you suddenly have a breakdown, or you're sick, you're ill. And then that's when you realize that you're stressed. Your nervous system knows that you're stressed, but you don't know that you're stressed. And so it is so important to really protect your peace and really protect your mind, your mental health. And now, I don't have mental health issues like that. I'm not saying that my life is perfect, but I really don't. I'm in nature. I have fresh air, and I have purposely put things in place so that I can be thriving. The second reason why I decided to relocate was the negative environment. And when I say negative environment, I'm not just talking about physical. I'm talking about emotional, the energy. I can't believe that right now, nationalists are actually marching on the streets of London saying, get immigrants out. They are wearing full-blown Union Jack suits, hats. For me, I'm thinking this is intentional. For you to put on a Union Jack suit, you didn't go to the high street and buy that suit. You got that made, so you intentionally wanted to march. And these people are marching, saying all sorts of racial slurs blatantly on the streets of London. And I'm like, excuse you? Do you have amnesia? Do you know who came and rebuilt the UK after the war? After the Second World War, the Queen invited people from the Caribbean, the Windrush generation, to come to the UK to help build the UK. Okay? And there was labour shortages. So they did the jobs that the British people didn't want to do. They did that. So when you're marching, when nationalists are marching on the street and going past those buildings, who built those buildings? You're not remembering that your wealth was built on the backs of Africa and other countries for you to be wealthy, to stand with chest, to say immigrants leave. Don't even get me started on that, because that's a whole nother topic. But that environment, seeing that on the news, constant negative news, seeing people marching, that cannot be good for your mental health. That makes you feel like you're not wanted. That makes you feel like you're in a hostile environment, and that wreaks havoc on stress, happiness. You can't be thriving in that kind of environment, and the cost of living is crazy. When I was living in the UK, I mean, a box of Scotch bonnet pepper was £26. I know this because, not that I buy a whole box of Scotch bonnet pepper. I know this because I've got a friend who's a caterer. It was £26 because I used to go to the market and, buy her goods with her. £26, I remember. Now, the box of Scotch bonnet peppers is £86. £86. That's 230% increase. That's crazy. How are people supposed to survive? You're working and your money just goes to bills. You don't see your money. And this is something, I'm going to digress a little bit here because this is a pet peeve of mine. People who go back home, diasporans, when you go back home to Africa and the Caribbean, please do not behave like you're some kind of baller, shokwaller, rapper, that you're just flinging out the money. Meanwhile, you're coming home to climbing the stairs to a council flat, one room, because you can't afford to rent the whole place. And you're working in a minimum wage job, which you've saved all year, so that you can go to Africa to show off. Please, I'm telling you, stop doing this, because people on the continent, they have this mentality that people overseas are rich. You're not helping the cause. And you're doing this because the pound is heavier than the African money. So £50, which goes nowhere, £100, £500 that don't go nowhere in the UK, goes very far in Africa. So in their mind, you're rich. And it's not helping the black tax. And what I mean by black tax is diasporans that are having to send money home. Listen, I'm speaking to you who keep doing that. You need to stop that. Say the real truth. When you come back home, tell them you are living in one room. Okay? Comprende? Okay, let's get back to the video. I digress. Okay, so you're not thriving because you're constantly paying bills. It might seem like it's a lot of money, and I'm talking about people who earn good money. They earn a lot of money, right? Good money here, over 100k a month. By the time they have paid everything, there's not much money left. And when I was growing up, right, the food bank was for those who were homeless. Food banks were people who really lived in poverty, people that really needed it. Now, working class people are on food, using the food bank because they cannot afford to pay for their daily necessities. That is crazy to me. Diasporans, the West is warning you. Are you listening? Is it time for you to leave? The third reason why I decided to relocate from the UK to Kenya was because of my physical health. I was constantly sick. I was always having flus, colds, chest infection, and it wasn't even winter. Then when summer comes, then I had to be dealing with hay fever. And also, I had fibroids as well. So I had fibroids, I had an operation, and then the fibroids grew back. And then I had another operation. And that's when I said, enough is enough. Like, come on. I was always exhausted, stressed out, and it was taking a toll on my physical health. And I said, no, I can't live like this anymore. I'm convinced that it's the food, stress and food. You know, we eat ultra processed foods like it's nothing. Ultra processed foods in Africa is a luxury. You're getting that in a supermarket and it's expensive, so you don't even bother to eat it. UK, it's cheaper to eat that kind of food, ultra processed food, junk food, than it is to eat healthy food. Whereas in Africa, it's cheaper to eat fresh, healthy food than for you to get packaged stuff in a supermarket. Make that make sense. You know, the food in the UK is ultra processed, it's sprayed with chemicals, GMO food that is imported, and when it was imported it was not ripe on the tree, and then it goes on a ship and comes to us, and that's when we eat it. Listen, I pick mangoes from the tree. They're falling down, even rotting. Coconuts from the tree. I go to the ocean and I buy my fish straight from the boat. I'm not even kidding you. I don't even know what fish is going to be on the boat. The fisherman just comes at 10 o'clock. I go by the seashore, on the beach, and I look what's in it. I'm not a fish person. I'm a seafood person. But the three fish that I like is a sea, what's a red bream. I like red snapper, and also kingfish. I love those fish. So if that's on the boat, I get it. He cleans it on the actual beach itself. Crazy, right? He cleans it for me. And then I take it and I go home and I cook it. My vegetables is from the local farm. My vegetables, sometimes I'll even go to my friend's garden because he's growing. A lot of the herbs and things like that is growing. There's machicha in my garden, which is amaranth. And you pick it. Moringa, if I wanted to make a moringa salad, I can go, I can pick it, I can eat it. And my health has just improved tremendously. I used to have knee problems when I was in the UK, right? And now, I can flip my knees sideways, upwards, in ways I didn't even know my knees could flip. I could flip my knees. I couldn't do that in the UK. So just physically, I knew something had to give. I knew that I'm getting on in life and I want to enjoy my later life, and that wasn't happening in the UK. So my mental health now I'm thriving now. I feel a lot more healthy, a lot more blessed. So that was a big reason why I decided to live in Africa and relocate. The life I have now, the fourth reason why I decided was because I wanted to live a luxurious life. What's the point in working hard and you can't enjoy your wealth? And I know that my money would stretch a lot more further. I live a lifestyle that I could only dream of living in the UK. I have staff. I have a housekeeper that takes care of all my household needs. I can't remember the last time I made my own bed. Tea, I drink herbs every day, and he makes all my herbs every single day that's delivered to my room. I have a gardener, I have a pool attendant guy, I have a security guard, driver. I could not afford that in the UK. My lifestyle, I wake up, I'm around nature, I'm around, greenery, lush greenery. We live with animals, which is supposed to be, not with concrete and loads of cars and everything else. One of my apartments, monkeys come and visit every day. Now, that freaked me out when I first moved. But then you start getting used to it. You start getting used to seeing monkeys and lizards and all of this stuff. Yes, some of the creepy crawlies still is creeping me out. But it's nature. That's how we're supposed to live. right? And it is just so inspiring. My environment just inspires me when I just want to be, when I go to the ocean and the sea, the breeze, walking through the forest, walking through gardens, just the environment really inspires me. So the the luxury, the living standards is very, very different. And I'm enjoying it. I can I can breathe. Now, I'm not saying that there's no negativity in Africa, but that's not the point of this video. There's negativity everywhere, but you've got to weigh the pros and cons and see what works out for you. The point of the video is telling you why I left the UK and my environment, the lifestyle that I'm living now. There is absolutely no way that I could afford that. The fifth reason why I left the UK was because of the opportunities in Africa. Africa is a developing nation. There is so much opportunities here, and there is not a glass ceiling. You are your limit. Forget even the sky is the limit. You are your limit. There is no cap to what you can earn, what you can make, your potential, what you can build. It's the right time to come to the continent right now. Microsoft knows it. Microsoft is building their headquarters here in Kenya. A lot of the Silicon Valley companies are moving over here. So when it comes to technology, there is so much opportunity. The Kenyan youth, they are brilliant. They are so advanced with technology that if you need to outsource workers, if you need to build a tool, a system, it's all here. Digital businesses, online, real estate. The first property that I bought has appreciated 3 times in like 2.5 years. I've not seen that in the UK. Stocks and shares, there's crazy like percentages, like 50%. Bonds, that people don't realize there's African companies that you can actually invest in where you will make a lot of money. Real estate, so much potential. So that's why I moved here, because people are on a hustle. People are hustling, and it gets you into that hustle environment. You're seeing success stories. You'll see people coming in and doing their thing, and it motivates you. It inspires you. So the opportunities are numerous. There's no glass ceiling. I see people my color who are in positions, who are wealthy and who are doing it, which is inspiring. So the opportunities are fantastic. So now is the time. Don't say I didn't warn you. Don't come when it's too late, okay? Don't say I didn't warn you. Now is the time to come and to build and to just take advantage of the opportunities. So these are some of the reasons why I relocated. It's not an exhaustive list, but I thought I would condense it down. So this may be you. You may be thinking that you want to also relocate as well. Now, let me be clear, as I said earlier, relocation is not easy. It's a big decision and you can't take it lightly. However, if you feel like this is you, definitely join my community, because it's a process, okay? You're not going to decide to relocate and today suddenly you've relocated. No, you've got to put a plan in place. I've got another video, by the way, that breaks down the cost of relocation, and I break everything down for you. But come and join my community. We have people just like yourself, as I was saying earlier, who feel stuck and want to break free from Babylon. So definitely join my community. I really hope that you've taken something from this video. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I hope it has motivated you and inspired you and given you food for thought. So my question to you is, have you ever thought about leaving the UK or the Western world, America, Europe? If so, what is stopping you? Put the comments down below. If you've liked the video, definitely like, share, subscribe. You'd be surprised. We get a lot of people watching the video, but they actually don't subscribe to the channel. And you will really help me a lot if you subscribe. So make sure that you subscribe, share, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. There will be somebody in your network that really needs to hear this video. So share it out and make sure that you join my community. Until next time, take care of yourself, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.